Hello everybody, it's Eric from Let'sStartInvesting.com showing you an inside look on the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Motley Fool Stock Advisor is one of Motley Fool's premium services. I actually belong to a couple of them. If I scroll to my services, you can see I belong to Stock Advisor and Rule Breakers. Today we're going to talk about Stock Advisor. Maybe at a later date I might review Rule Breakers, but for now let's focus on Stock Advisor. So what Stock Advisor does, it gives you stock picks that are chosen by David and Tom Gardner, which are the founders of Motley Fool. It's their flagship service. It's been around since 1993, and they've been outperforming the market like crazy with their stock picks. So I just wanted to give you an inside look on it because it's kind of better to see it for yourself, to see what exactly it is. So starting out, when you first log on, it's going to take you to the best stocks to buy. So this is as of today, February 6th. Now it's updated every Thursday. Tomorrow's the 7th. So even though you see these now, they are probably going to change tomorrow. So I wouldn't bank on these being the most current picks right now because they're about a week old. And every month they come out with new picks. So right now the best buys that they have on here shows Amazon, Stitch Fix, Walt Disney, and quite a few others. So there's 12 different stocks on here. Each one of these has detailed analysis on why they think it's the best pick for now. So like if I go to Amazon, it'll show you why it's one of the top picks and gives you a full analysis on what their services are, what some of their big things that have come out recently, and giving you a reason on why they think this is poised to be a very profitable stock. So they do that for all 12 of their best buys. So going back home, you can also look at it in this format, but you can also choose list, which makes it a little easier to see all at once. Alright, so scrolling down here, you can see that this is their schedule. So tomorrow they're going to come out with Tom's new recommendation, which will be a fresh stock that he recommends, and he'll give you his reason why. On the 14th, you'll see all of the new best buys. So this list that you saw up here will be changed. And on the 21st, you'll get David's new recommendation. And then on the 28th, his best buys. So you get each brother's perspective on their best new stock as well as the best buys for the month. So you can join at any time and be current with where they think the market's going. To start out, they also give you this portfolio of their starter stocks. So if you clicked on that, it would actually take you to, here I'll show you. So these are stocks that they choose that are very well-rounded. And I'll kind of go a little more detail. I'll show you a couple of them, but I'm not going to show all of them because I don't want to get in trouble for letting you into my account. So here's Amazon. It's one of David's choices. Apple's one of David's choices. And then Arista Networks, which I had to do a little digging about because I didn't really understand it very much. But now that I've look through it, I do think that this is probably a good pick also, but I mean, I'm not the one making these choices. I'm basing my analysis on this stock picking service. That's why I joined it. So there's 12 altogether of these stocks. I'm not going to keep scrolling down though because I don't want to give away their whole starter portfolio, but I will show you this part up here which shows the reason these have been chosen as starter companies. So when they choose a starter stock, they're thinking of these 8 characteristics. So easy for beginners to get into, high confidence that they're going to beat the market, proven history of success, and talented partners, exemplary corporate ethos, so great people behind each company. So these are all the different things that they look at when they choose these starter companies. They're not quite as risky as some of the ones that they're picking each month because they're not just looking for an opportunity. These are like long-term growth stocks that are going to just beat the market over all the years that they stay in business. So big power companies. And then you can see their performance tab here, which I think is actually pretty neat. And it shows how Tom and David have been doing. They're very competitive brothers, so they always have their portfolio success written there so you can see it. But currently, Tom has been up 155%, and David's been up 546% from when they started doing these picks, and they're beating the market substantially if you look at the S&P 500. So if you took a few stocks of each of the brothers, you'd probably be floating in the 300 and something range for like you would have tripled your investment, which is pretty incredible. And this shows like all the stock picks that they've chosen, and it actually goes all the way down to 1993, which is pretty impressive. So it's very transparent. You can see which of their buys actually ended up being busts, because just like any other person that's choosing stocks, you're going to have some that just go the wrong direction and don't perform the way they expected them to. That's just going to happen. The benefit to this service, though, is that they've outperformed. With all those losses in mind, they've still completely outperformed the market, which is incredible. So yes, you're going to have a couple bad picks. That's why it's always good to diversify your portfolio. You never want to have all of your picks or all your money in one pick. So like if I was going to buy Amazon stock, I'm not going to buy all of my portfolio of Amazon, because if something happens with it unforeseen, or if something that's out of the country's control happens that for some reason drives Amazon out of business, then you're going to lose everything. But if you just have like a small percentage of each one of these stocks in your portfolio, then over time the mass of them is going to increase in value. All right, so another benefit that Stock Advisor gives you is it has reports, and some of these reports are very timely. They're very interesting as far as like where the market's going today. So this report actually was a pretty good read, called Inside the Car of Tomorrow, and it gives you 4 stocks that they think are really leading the self-driving revolution. They have this one's pretty funny. For those people that looked at Trump's presidency as a buy opportunity, there's these 11 stocks that they came up with that they think that are poised to do well under his presidency. So whether you like them or not, there's certain companies that are going to benefit from it, so you might as well ride the coattails on that, right? And then let's see another one they have here. iPhone super cycles. So if you want to benefit from iPhone's market share, but you don't want to actually buy Apple stock, then you can buy these under the radar companies that basically are behind the Apple phenomenon. So maybe manufacturers of their like software, hardware, or just other companies that are invested in Apple as well. So they have a whole bunch of different reports that you can choose from, and each one of these goes into a different market, which is pretty good because it gives you a broader look of the market. So it's not just individual stocks, although each of these reports do have individual stocks in them that they consider poised for the opportunity that presents. So a good way to diversify your portfolio. All right, so I think that pretty much covers everything there is in Stock Advisor. So obviously the benefit is that you're getting up-to-date research, you're getting all the analysis that comes with these companies, and you get the proven track record of Tom and David Gardner to benefit your own portfolio. So hopefully this kind of gives you a good idea of what the Stock Advisor has in it, and it kind of gives you a glimpse of the possibilities that are here. So just to give you an idea of some of the success I've had with Stock Advisor, I've been a member of Stock Advisor for about 3 years now, and the picks I've received have been phenomenal. I've had a couple ups and downs, but for the most part, everything's been pretty positive. And from just the picks I've gotten from Motley Fool, I've actually increased my portfolio about 50% over 3 years, which I'm definitely not going to complain about. So for me, it was a drastic improvement from the picks I was doing on my own. I'm real happy with the service. It definitely worked for me. And if you think it'll work for you, then read my full review. And I hope you get something out of this. Thank you very much.